Welcome to Learn English on YouTube. Between the Cameras and the Heart, an original story from our channel. Chapter 3. A New Stage of Love. If you want to watch Chapter 1, click on the tag that appears at the top. My life had always been filled with lights, cameras, and spotlights for as long as I could remember. But as the years went by, I began to realize there was something I wanted even more: to build a family with Alberto, far away from endless tours and the constant rumors in the press. While I admired the passion Alberto had for his Hollywood career, I needed him to be close, to be a present partner in my everyday life. One evening, during one of his rare visits to Mexico City, I shared my feelings over dinner. "Alberto, I don't want our life to be defined by planes and video calls anymore. I need you here, by my side. I want us to build a family and a home together." He looked at me in silence for a moment, and I could see the inner struggle in his eyes. Alberto loved his career, but he also loved me deeply. After a few days of thinking it over, he made a decision that would change our lives. "Yolanda, you're the most important thing to me. Hollywood can wait. I want to be here with you." When he told me the news, I couldn't help but cry tears of joy. He stepped away from the spotlight and the big film sets to stay in Mexico. It was a huge sacrifice, but it gave us the chance to build something we both longed for: a life together, free from outside distractions. A few months later, our happiness grew even more when I found out I was pregnant. I couldn't believe it. We were going to be parents of twin girls. We decided to name our daughters Valentina and Renata, names that for us symbolized strength and grace. The pregnancy was an emotional roller coaster filled with magazine interviews, photo shoots, and the joy of getting ready for our baby's arrival. The first years with Valentina and Renata were a whole new scene. Everything revolved around them: diapers, bottles, and sleepless nights. But every smile, every little laugh, and each new discovery reminded us that we had made the right choice. Although cameras were still a part of our lives, now they captured moments filled with love and tenderness, not gossip or speculation. There was a moment when I felt like the world was against us. But at the same time, those challenges pushed us to become stronger as a couple. We decided that whenever our schedules allowed, we'd find ways to reconnect. Despite the pressure of always being in the public eye, Alberto and I made sure to shield our girls from the most invasive parts of fame. Alberto quickly adapted to his new life in Mexico. Although he had left Hollywood, he found opportunities in local projects that allowed him to stay close to us. Seeing him interact with Valentina and Renata made me feel even more confident in our decision. He was a devoted, patient, and loving father. As for me, I also cut back on work so I could spend more time with our family. I chose to take on fewer leading roles and prioritize time with our daughters. These 3 years were a whirlwind of change, but every challenge was met with love and gratitude. Our home echoed with our daughters' laughter, and days once filled with busy schedules were now full of playtime and hugs. Although the spotlight still followed us, we learned how to balance it better. Alberto and I knew there would still be challenges ahead, but the path we had chosen was the one that made us happiest. We were more than just life and love partners. We were parents, a family facing each day with strength and unity. Awesome! Let's see how well you remember the new words. It's time for the vocabulary challenge. Time to practice. Challenge number 1. Pause the video and comment a sentence using one of the new words you learned today. Now it's your turn. Write your own sentence using one or more words from today's key vocabulary in the comments. Are you ready for challenge number 2? Watch the video again and repeat the words out loud until you can say them clearly. You can use the YouTube chapters and timestamps to jump to the parts you want to practice. And now, challenge number 3. Tell us in the comments. What was the most difficult word for you today? Now it's your turn. Write the word that challenged you the most and why. Let's learn together. That's the end of today's story. We hope you enjoyed it and learned some new words along the way. Remember, the best way to learn English is by listening to fun stories like this one. See you next time, English Explorer. If you liked the video, click like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who is learning English.